In a world of podcasts, one rises in the night to destroy them all. The elder god in an ocean of noise, the Cthulhu of the airwaves. This is Spoiler Country.
All right. Welcome to this coffee break in conjunction with Spoiler Country. I am Sil Abdul. I am joined by actor, producer, director extraordinaire Shomari. Love, how are you doing today, sir?
Hey, man, I'm doing really well. Thanks for having me.
Great. We're going to dig into a lot of projects that Shomari is a part of, but you already know as far as on Sil Abdul Inc.'s channel, we got to touch on the superhero genre just briefly. So Shomari, as far as superhero genre, what's one of your favorite projects ever? It could be whatever medium, comics, television, or even movies, if you want to throw one out there.
Yeah, man. Hands down, Black Panther. Gotta put on Black Panther, man.
That went hard back, man. I remember when that came out, people was dressing up and like it was like a cultural.
Oh man. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. It was a great experience just to even be a part of that experience. You know, it definitely went down in history.
Definitely. And obviously, much respects and RP to Chadwick Boseman.
For sure.
He was a king, a legend, and it's great to even revisit that anytime. That's rarefied air right there. So definitely good pick right there.
Yeah.
Now, as far as with the superhero genre, one of the projects that jumped out for Shomari here is Black Lightning. Now, my viewers know how much I love Black Lightning. All right. So this gentleman was part of season one of my favorite seasons of television, period. Right.
Wow.
So I want to throw it to you. Like, just what was that experience? You was part of that 100 gang, you was mean mugging people. How was that?
Yeah, man. I mean, it was a great experience. I mean, they created this entire world, right? In Freeland, and just, from seeing what happens behind the scenes to when the project comes to light and, it airs on television, it's like, wow. Even as somebody who worked on the show, you're like, wow, I was a part of that. Like, it was really tough. I understand exactly how you feel about it being one of your favorite seasons of television. It was a great experience, man. The team was great. It was really like a tribe feeling. Everyone was really supportive. My scene partner, Will Catlett, he was incredibly supportive and motivating and great to work with. And I mean, I enjoyed every moment of it.
Great. Definitely. And like I said, that's something that's a season of television. I could, it'd be like on Netflix or something. I could throw it on and just kind of relive it. Just the music, just everything that was put into that, man. That's like, that was Black excellence to me.
It was
right there. Just like Black Panther, Black Lightning, right? So, but obviously you've been into some good stuff, but there's something major that I keep seeing attached to your name. Take the Night is a major film coming from Saban Films.
Right.
That you're a part of, kind of like almost like a new wave thriller type thing. I'm seeing different quotes about it. What is this about? This seems like a big deal coming up here.
Hey man, Sil, I like that description. That new wave thriller. It's definitely it's different. So it's definitely a thriller. It has a lot of the heist elements in it as well. If you've seen the trailer, you definitely get a glimpse of what it's about. But basically, it's a heist and a prank gone wrong, and I'm a part of the crew that carries that out. And, there's a lot of twists and turns, and we go on an adventure. And my character, he's no joke. He's no joke. So he definitely brings a different element to the film. So it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, definitely. And I encourage anyone watching this. I'm sure the link of the trailer will be below. Definitely check that out. I got the date is saying July 8th.
Yeah.
That's dropping. All right.
In theaters, July 8th.
Cool. So theater, and then I believe 4 days later, digital release as well. So
exactly.
Cool rollout right there for that right there, man.
Yeah, man. I thought so too. When I found out about the rollout, I'm like, okay, everyone's gonna get to see it.
Exactly, across the board. So again, it's that whole prank thing going wrong. I think everyone loves a good heist type situation.
Yeah.
Obviously, everything's gonna go wrong, right? So that's gonna be interesting to see.
I mean, who doesn't love a high stakes situation? I mean, when you get all the stunts and all the, all that stuff in there, you can't go wrong.
Cool. So we're definitely looking out for that. Again, check out that trailer, y'all, and we'll definitely have to follow up when that project comes out. We'll have to see what's going on with that there. Yeah. Now, you've been a part of a couple other projects now. Leading up to this is mentioning where opposite of Jordana Brewster, from the Fast series on our way. I don't have a release date for that yet, so that's not out yet, right?
Not yet, man. Okay. It's coming soon. I can't wait for that one.
So now with this one here, let's see. Well, actually, if you want to kind of touch on that list, this is not out yet. What do you? I just know it's your opposite of Jordana. And what is this one about?
Yeah, so that is a really touching story, and essentially the role that I'm playing in that film, it comes when it's a pivotal time in the lives of Jordana's character and her son, and so the story is really about their lives and the twists and turns that they took essentially. And when she met my character Tosin in the film is when she needed that fresh start. She needed something different. So he essentially was the one who showed her a different way. So it was a really good project to be a part of. Yeah, man, it was an amazing experience.
Interesting. Now, I mean, just the descriptions I'm getting is you like this swaggy British businessman.
Yeah.
You kind of downplaying it. You kind of come, sweeper off her feet. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, man, listen. I had to channel my inner Idris Elba,
There we go. I tell you, bro. Hey, so, you know what I'm saying? You got to swag it out sometimes, So with this project, do we have a date on this one yet?
No, not as yet, man. Not as yet. But when I know, you'll know.
Right, definitely. It's really cool, again, with Miss Brewster. I mean, again, fans of the Fast franchise, they know who she is. And that's really cool that, what I'm saying, you can play opposite of her and, looking forward to updates.
For sure, man. She was a pleasure to work with. And I've heard great things about it from people that seen earlier versions of it or whatever the case is. And I'm excited. I was in it and I forget that I'm in it sometimes. I'm like, dang, I can't wait to see this movie.
Now, see, how does that feel? Because, again, I'm sure you work with talented people no matter what. Like, again, Take the Night, that's a great looking cast. Like, everyone looks like they're bringing it, right? Yeah. In that trailer. And then, like, Jordana Brewster, we know she's been, like, in blockbuster films, right?
Right.
And how does that feel? Like, we're just like, man, like, this is, she's been in some big things. And, like, how do you kind of process that working with someone like that?
You know what it is? That's a great question. What it is that, everyone is showing up to work. Everyone is showing up in service of the craft. And, when you're fortunate enough to work with actors who truly appreciate the craft, I feel like none of that really matters. Like everyone is there to make that character work for those scenes, for this project. And when everyone's on that same accord, the art just comes out beautifully. No one's thinking about, what we're in before, what we're going to be in after. Right now is what matters, this project and getting it done. And that's what I got. And that's what everyone felt. And I think that's why we're all so happy, with the work that we did.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's dope. That's really cool to hear. And again, it's good to kind of, get your perspective,
right.
Because, with me, it's like, I'm just saying, I remember that first Fast and Furious film. It was like, I run to Miss Bruce. I'm like, I'll get a little wide-eyed. I don't know, I'm a little.
No, man.
It was weak,
No, I mean, listen. When I found out that I was going to be working with her and opposite of her, I was like, all right, this is cool. I mean, cool. I love the Fast franchise. This is cool. But then, I just reminded myself, like, we got to get the work done. Got to get the work. Yeah.
Get it work. See, that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? I just could pretend to act like you actually in it. So, I bring myself into it, not acting.
Hey, man, listen. Sometimes it works. We do it. We have to. We're playing other characters, but at the end of the day, they're human. So some things about ourselves are applicable to these characters. You just got to know when to, turn certain things off and turn certain things on. That's it.
Cool. That's good advice for you up and coming actors out there. Shomari dropping some knowledge for y'all with this. So that's cool. That's cool. Now, there's another project now too. Now, I believe this project is available now. Maya and Her Lover is another project here. Now, looking at this, I want to get your take on obviously what this is. I'm getting like kind of like some Stella vibes. What do we got here?
Man, listen. If I had $1 for every time somebody said that to me, wow. But you know what? I'll let you run with that. Let's just say, let's call it a modern day version of that, based in Brooklyn, New York. All right. And then my character, obviously, you can see, he's the lover. He's the young love interest. He, essentially brings that youthful energy into her life and basically turns everything upside down. But he's also trying to find himself. So it's a journey, it's a self-discovery story for both characters. But it's a beautiful story, and that's actually available on All Black.
Okay, cool. Because there was some nice notes attached to this one because it was nominated for 2021 American Black Film Festival Jury Award. All right. And I think that's pretty cool, just the recognition, obviously of any good work, right? I mean, that's got to feel good to know you're a part of a project that got that, that recognition.
Oh, my hands down, man. That and our director got a nomination at the festival as well. When we got into the festival and learned of the nomination later on, for me, man, that is what I would call a dream come true, because I remember years prior, I couldn't even get in to attend the festival. I remember wow, one day I want to be able to attend this festival. And then to find out that not only was I in the festival as a leader, man, we got nominated. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Look at God.
Exactly. That's how it works, right? Definitely. So that's really cool. A nice, like I said, growing a catalog of projects. And then as far as just what you've been a part of now, some people, I know, it's the age of Google, they'll start searching and it's like, oh, like Shomari Love, he's been a part of The Chi as well.
Right.
That's a major series, on Showtime. What was your experience with that? I guess, again, just being a part of something, that's like name recognition, The Chi.
Yeah, for sure, man. The Chi is honestly one of the most authentic projects I feel like I've been a part of. The story was just so real, man, even down to the smallest details with the set design. We shot in Chicago, of course, but you felt like you were really there and you couldn't tell anybody else otherwise. And the team, they did an incredible job in making sure that everything was authentic and that everyone felt safe. And that's really important as well. But I love that experience working on that project.
Cool, definitely. And like I said, I know there's a lot of fans of that, and also too. Again, we mentioned, you're obviously you're an actor. You've been in several successful projects, more to come, stuff in the past as well. But then also, I guess you guys have directing chops here. A short film called The Pulse. What is this about?
Yeah, so a colleague of mine came to me about a project, and this story is really about two brothers who they find themselves in a tough situation. They walk two different paths, live two different lives, and ultimately one brother is stuck with having to make a decision between one part of his family and another part of his family. And I felt like when this story came across my desk, it was one that I wanted to be a part of and to help tell, because it's very real. I like stories that reflect real people and the human experience. And this one definitely gave me that vibe. And, we put it together, we got the project out, got into a few festivals with it, and people just started receiving it, which is great.
Cool. So how can people find this short film?
Yeah, so that one isn't available to the public as yet. We are in the works with some things on that in the back end, so stay tuned.
Oh, okay. Definitely. So we'll definitely stay tuned. People that's possibly following you social media, I'm sure when an update's available, you'll hit them with that.
Exactly.
Cool. Now, I know beforehand I was kind of picking your brain a little bit as far as just stuff, other stuff you're interested in, and you say you go hard on sci-fi, so I'm gonna just kind of throw it to you right now. Like, what kind of gets you going with sci-fi genre overall? Are we talking like the old school stuff? Like, where are we going? I was thinking aliens. So you said sci-fi, I was thinking aliens immediately.
Yeah, listen. You know what? It's funny because I was having this conversation with one of my friends the other day, and we were comparing some of the classics, to the modern day sci-fi. And it's tough, right? Because a lot of these classics, they, obviously they lay the foundation for the stuff we have nowadays. But the implementation of CGI and graphics, it's just taking everything to another level, right?
True.
Because for me, the basis of sci-fi, what really intrigues me about it, it's the intellectual aspect of it. Like some of the concepts that you have to really put together and put the family, how did this happen? How does that make sense? They're in this world, but the things that are happening in this world are surreal almost. And I think that intellectual aspect of the sci-fi combined with the special effects and CGI, for me, it's really enjoyable because as an actor, my mind gets to play. So whenever I'm in a space where my mind is engaged and I get to imagine different things and create these other worlds, I enjoy it even more. And that's exactly what you're doing with science fiction, right?
Definitely. And that reminds me of like Ridley Scott, because like, you know, saying he's always creating whatever Ridley Scott touches. I mean, because I was, you know, thinking of Aliens, but then he got like Raised by Wolves. He, you know, all across the board, he does stuff.
Did you see the first season of Raised by Wolves?
Yes, sir. I tell you, yo, that got me through the lockdown. Be honest with you, Raised by Wolves.
Man, listen, bro. I binge watched the first season. I don't want to give you. We can't give spoilers away, right?
Yeah, we ain't gonna spoil them, one.
But hold on, the mother and father, that was crazy.
Mother goes hard, bro.
Mother. I said, listen. Let me stay clear. I was like, I don't want any problems with Mother. She is too unpredictable for me, for sure.
I swear. Like you said, the visualization, but then just the storytelling elements to that, and you know, new worlds, you know, you're branching out. It's just really cool, a really cool genre. Now, if you was going to be a part of a sci-fi drama, what you think? What you think you'll be a part of?
Heck, man, come on. You listen. That is probably one of the hardest questions I've gotten so far. It's like when you really appreciate sci-fi, you want to be in all of them. Like you just
right.
Like let me just guest star in all of them. I have to say, all right. So if I had to put 3 on the list, definitely Stranger Things.
Dope.
Stranger Things is different. I don't know if you remember the 100 that was on CW.
Yeah, I just peeped that out actually recently. Yeah.
The 100 was really good. I really appreciated that. That kind of, you know, that gives me a vibe that's almost similar to Raised by Wolves, but, you know, it's slightly different. It's more like it's a little different. It's more like the immediate post-apocalyptic. And then there's one more show. It was really good. I don't even recall the name of it at this moment, but I think it was on Apple TV. It was another sci-fi show that recently came out, but definitely Stranger Things, the 100. And then, you know what? For the sake of it, Raised by Wolves. We could put that in there for the next season.
Put that in there, right? Yeah, that's good. Good choice. Good top 3, right? In no particular order, you know.
Exactly.
But like Stranger Things, man, I mean, that's like a phenomenon when you talking about sci-fi nostalgia type. Like I was like, man, you know, when something hits, it's like it just hits, right? But it seems obvious now why that's so successful. But I guess what kind of draws you to Stranger Things, though? Because it's like, man, they kind of mark off when they come off any summer. They're like, yo, this is our weekend.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna watch.
Man, you know what? You just said it. When something hits, it just hits. Stranger Things, man. I mean, the checklist is crazy. The CGI is off the charts. The storyline is off the charts. That along with the character development, really good. I like how they introduce new characters and tie them into these pre-existing character stories. It's almost like a seamless flow. It's like, oh, that makes sense. Of course, that's who would have shown up next. You know what I mean? I like that a lot. And then the acting is strong.
Yes. Man. I mean, they got a good cast, and we just saw them grow up, right? It's like
basically. Yeah.
It's like, man, like, so that's good work, you know, behind the camera. I always champion a lot of that as far as the people part of the production team, because I know we see the actors, you know, obviously, I mean, you've done stuff behind the camera too, but it's like, you know, they're presenting, you know what I'm saying, the actors and everything. Right. There's a lot of talent, you know, behind the camera with that too.
100%. It's funny you said that. Production value is so important. Like, I know a lot of these projects, like, I look at a lot of projects and it's like, oh, I really want to be a part of that one. And when you get the opportunity to work behind the camera, you appreciate what goes into it so much more, because, you know, as actors, we show up prepared, we do the work, but then it's out of your hands. Like, you have no control over what happens next, right? So you just hope that, you know, it's going to come out in the best way it can. So yeah, man, I definitely appreciate that.
I always find that funny too, because, like, I mean, I understand it now, but in the past, like, you know, like, actors would say exactly what you just said. Like, yo, like, you know, they put their work in, and then someone asks them, well, how's the film, you know, before it comes out, right? They're like, yo, I haven't seen it yet.
I ain't seen it.
Like, we about to find out.
Yeah, like you tell me.
Exactly. Right. So now, that brings up a good thing before we get to our last point here with you as an actor, because I love just to get y'all feedback when I come across y'all. And are you that type where, you know, there's certain actors where they don't even watch themselves. They put the work in. They're like, psh.
I do not like watching myself, man.
Okay. So
I remember, you know, it's funny when The Chi came out, we did the season premiere here in New York. And I mean, I think, you know, some months had passed since I shot it. And I'm sitting there with everyone else at the premiere watching it. And I forgot the sequence that, you know, my scene was coming on. And I'm like, oh, I almost forgot. I was like, who's that? Yeah.
So you just experiencing just like us, right? You like, oh man,
100%. I felt it in my body. Like I felt the person was sitting to the left and the right of me. We had the same emotions at the same time. Literally.
That's cool. That's always cool to see, because it's like, man, like, you know, people have different, you know what I'm saying, approaches to it. And I think I would be the same way, man. It's like I do like content videos, and it's like I hate watching my streams afterwards. It's like, bro, like I know what I sound like. I don't got to hear it, you know?
You know what? It's funny you said that. It's because like when you're an artist, the more you grow as an artist, the more selfless you become. And the more you give to the craft and to the art, you realize you're not doing it for you. It's the art is meant to be received by someone else and to maybe impact somebody in a way. So I don't need to see it. It's not for me.
Right.
You know?
That's a good way to put it. Definitely a good way to put it, man. Definitely. So before we close out here, I'm going to throw it to you. You know, this is a wild card. So I didn't ask you before, but you a sports fan?
Yeah, man. What's up? Hit me with it.
Basketball or football?
Basketball.
Okay. The NBA is kind of wild right now.
Very wild.
You saw the news today, you know. We'll break it to, I know you New York based, right? So I don't know if you into the Brooklyn Nets, but what's going on?
Man, listen, that's crazy. We were just talking about that in the group chat. That was bound to happen, in my opinion. It was ever since Golden State started that like superstardom thing. Like I never thought that was a sustainable model. And then in New York, it's just too fast paced for that. Like in New York, if a team is not getting the results that they need to get and having the right success, it's not going to last long. So, I mean, maybe it's for the best. These trades are going to happen for the best. And, you know, the man said he wanted out. So, hey.
Isn't that right? It's like, it's kind of hard to, you know, now, as far as out there, were you were you supporting both the Nets and Knicks? Or how was you?
I'll be honest with you. So, like, you know, being a New York native, I always supported the Knicks. But you know the Knicks story. Everyone knows the Knicks story. We're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into that. That's traumatic. But
I ain't gonna do that to you.
But I've always been a Kyrie supporter. So Kyrie is one of my favorite players. So you know him going with the Nets, and we came up around at the same time as well. So seeing him grow and then seeing him go to the Nets, I'm like, all right, I'll support the Nets as an extension of Kyrie. But that was about it.
Man, it's crazy right now. So it's like now, I mean, I guess they're gonna blow that up. But I think in a weird way, this management team for the Nets, they can go out there. They can go out there and get the team they actually want. Because you trading a Kevin Durant, you can get whoever you want in the league right now at this point.
Yeah, that's a good trading option. Like you got a lot of leverage there.
I'm just saying. I know one rumor was Kevin Durant wants to go to Phoenix. So I mean, you can get one of them young stars from over there.
I heard that. I don't know how I feel about him going to Phoenix though, man. KD, he's an interesting player, man. I don't know how that's gonna work out in Phoenix, man. But listen. I don't wish anything bad on anybody. I hope it works out. I'm just not sure how it's going to work out.
We will see. We'll definitely see when we do our sports update next time with Shomari Love, right? So any last things you want to throw out there? Any shout outs or whatever before we close this one down?
Yeah, man. Well, shout out to you. Shout out to this platform here. I appreciate you guys having me. Definitely everyone who tuned in. Be on the lookout for Take the Night, July 8th. And, you know, I'm reachable on Instagram at Shomari Love. That's like my main social platform. That's about it.
Cool. Definitely. It's been a pleasure talking to you, bro. And I'm looking forward to July 8th. Take the night. I may do a watch party. We may do something on the channel there.
That's a great idea. That is a great idea.
All right, definitely. Stay tuned again for Spoiler Country, Still Up Do Inc. We out of here. Much love to everyone. All right.
Spaghetti. And we're back. That's right. We are back. Back in the saddle again. Well, I hope you guys really, really enjoyed that as much as we did making it for you. And if you like what you heard and you want to hear more, you got to go check out spoilerverse.com, because at spoilerverse.com, we have a plethora amazing directors and artists of all walks of life, and editors and writers, and oh my God, are you a lover of comic books like we are? Then there's so many amazing people from the comic book world over at spoilerverse.com, and I highly implore you to go there and check it out.
Yeah, and while you're there, you can check out all the other podcasts on our network, like Bridges and Geekdoms and Funny Book Forensics and Haphazard Adventures and Nerds from the Crypt and so many more.
Misery
we put out
Point Radio.
episodes all the time. Go check all of them out. And check out all of the reviews and previews and articles we have going up every single day for you, every day on spoilerverse.com for you to check out and to read and to love and to like and to comment. We have a store link. You want to help support the site? You can do it two ways. One, go to our Patreon, which is patreon.com/spoilercountry, or go to our store link in the middle of the site there and get a t-shirt, a face mask, a hoodie, something, look fly as hell, and help support the site when you do that, because we get $1 or $2. And, maybe you want to talk to us. If you do, you can do it obviously on all the socials, but if you go to scpod.us/discord, you can join our public Discord server and come chat with us all day long.
I couldn't say it better myself, dude.
There you go.
You just mouthed out a ton of information at once, and really, I hope you guys enjoy what you're hearing, because we're working our butts off to bring it to you.
We are.
I guess there's only one left thing. Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. There's only one thing left to do.
What's that?
In an oceans of podcasts, we are Cthulhu. As Cthulhu compels you to open the mind and read more.
Spaghetti.